Sup world, sup Zion, it's Prince Easy coming at you again once more. And well, this is gonna be a update, right? And like a dump update type of situation, right? So as we can catch up and also ponder upon what is unfolding before our eyes. So of course I want to issue a disclaimer for the material that's going to be shared in this video here, right? I want to issue a fair use disclaimer for that matter, right? For all the material that is copywritten and going to be shown here in this here video, right? So of course let's get to the madness. Elon seems to be going through it. Hivi nguo gani wakivaa inawafanya wawe wakatoliki zaidi au less? Kivaa suti anakuwa mkatoliki bora zaidi. Yeah. Ni mambo yanayotokea. Consumers' devices might become less powerful this year. Why? OpenAI. That's why. As if the devices released last year weren't powerful enough for common use. Like literally, this is like a scam. These people are gonna make a lot of money in a really short time. Then measures should be taken to combat this. What are things coming out? But I shall wait. That's what's up. That's what's up. You have to abandon that real quick. Well, hearing a lot of rebels coming out of the metaphorical woodwork. Well, I'm seeing a shift. Now the shift seems to be focused on the Somalis. And it's unfortunate that this propaganda is ran by Kenyans, right? Literally, by Kenyans against the interest of Kenyans. Now they have pivoted towards Somalis and they are having extraordinary statements out here, right? And it started a long time ago, right? It started a long time ago. What they won't show you, just like in Venezuela, right? They grab some couple clips and they paint a narrative that they deem preferable. Let's see you do it. Crazy what is happening on a daily basis. Let me tell you this. But at the end of the day, we have to I don't know, clear the noise, right? So as we can see what is really important. Hmm? Oh my God. Hmm? Magical Negro. He's just the same, or he finds himself in the same predicament as Statham. Hmm? Hmm? There isn't any anti-white agenda. Okay? There isn't any anti-white agenda. Right? You need to move on past that because they don't really care. They have proven it to you that they don't care if you're black or white. They just care about their own interests. Okay? So all of these supposed conspiracies that exist, that somehow there are some group of individuals that are actively financing the wiping out of white people. First of all, that within itself should be a clear sign of the madness that is being spewed, right? And all of these things that are happening now, melanated people have been telling you for a long, long time, repeatedly. Like, they are like this, they are like this, they are like this, but some of you chose to ignore the facts and stick with the narrative because it was convenient, right? You weren't affected directly in any way or form. Now the thing, right, and like we said, that these people have an itch, right? And that itch is called oppression, and they are gonna scratch it regardless of what the poll is, either white or black. They have to satisfy it for whatever reason. Again, they are working hard, right, to stray the Russia-Africa relationship. Hard, let me just tell you that. Huh? You can go look them up, right? The Sun, you can go and look them up by your own self. So also this happened, had some people shook. Well, it is better off you have a conversation with America, because just like the other ones, you are also being used to fight the North Koreans, and it will not end well for you. Okay, let's just say that. Political with the headlines, huh? Yeah, a lot of developments, right? A lot of developments, let's just say that. This world is changing, and it's changing fast, right? They are saying that it will fall today, of course. Let me just let me show you when I captured this. January 13th. Okay. Some people then found similarities, very peculiar similarities between this organization with these organizations, right? With their crosses and ideology. A U-Haul driver. Are the Iranians going to get protection because they are targeted now? Right? So the Iranians came out recently and had this to say on top of the summoning of the ambassadors and the video showcase that followed after. Some crazy work that is going on right now in the world, brothers and sisters. Hmm? How do they call them? Radical Jews. This sounds quite familiar. Hmm? Sudden, they say. Hmm? What about the sanctions? Hmm? Hmm? Extraordinary, they call it. Hmm? Citizen pullout. Hmm? Yeah, but as we are going to see, some people did not get the memo that the whole operation was a complete disaster. They didn't get that memo. We're going to see. Hmm? Well, the Chinese are not having it. Hmm? Well, I don't think these people even apprehend the stupidity, right, which they frame as intelligent, right? So what now? Hmm? So what now? Do they even apprehend the consequences of this action here, or the admission of this, on top of the whole secret weapon, sonic weapon that they supposedly used on the attack, right? A lot of things are coming out. It seems somebody does not want the momentum to die. Right? But again, right? I do not. All I'm gonna say is this: I'm not gonna be the one to educate these people, right? Mm-hmm. EU leaders are sending warnings, right? And talk of troops and stuff. That's where we are. Mm? Voicing dissent in China is risky, but it is rising dramatically. Mm? Are you planning your next escapade? Mm? This is what they do, these people, right? They want to empower those people who are, those who feel the urge to voice their dissent. Mm? Mm? Yeah, if this continues, we're just gonna need some weapons, some systems to blow up some ships. Mm? Okay, don't say we didn't know, right? Okay, South Korea, Japan, Europe. Don't say we didn't know. Elon Musk, the petty stuff that is going on right now, I can't even, brothers and sisters, This is what we're just skimming through, right? So as we can just have a overall ego-eyes view of some kind of the madness that is unfolding, right? And when you sit down and look at it and really analyze critically, patterns start to emerge. Hmm? What is that? Spoke or something? Hmm? Starling crackdown, they call it, the new phenomenon. Hmm? Then you wonder why we are not inviting you to launch your programs here or to provide your services here. Like, seriously, you think that because you are not black, that's Hmm? Now, this situation is unfolding in Argentina, right? Paying the devil's due, right? Of course, they deserve protection, right? Their places of worship deserve protection, right? As long as they are doing legal stuff, right? And of course, the Iranians, right? The U-Haul truck, right? They need protection too because they are being systematically targeted. Just like this case here, right? This is quite a fire here. Elon, please just go and sit down somewhere, please. But they're not gonna let you. Right? You are the richest man on earth, apparently, and still out here talking about we're gonna meet aliens. Man, just for the record, it seems like they are quite arsony, if you ask me. The crisis is worsening. All right? Again, I just want to show you. When did I grab this? Okay? Look at the time, look at the date. Apparently, Bangladesh, again, back being popular. Why are there anti-India sentiments? I don't know. Right? From the reasons that some Indians are giving out there is that because of matters of faith, mostly, right? Maybe it's the fight over a mountain, over a temple, or over somebody else's beliefs. This is why Asia is gonna go through it, like seriously. Right? They call it panic. I don't know. Apparently, this is an autistic Barbie doll. Right? It is when that word inclusion is like, I don't know, overused. They call it a crisis. Wow, it is a crisis? I thought you were having conversations and stuff, right? Also, even pertaining to the Iranians, I heard they're having conversations, right? All I can tell you, the Iranians, is this, right? You have your gun with the safety removed while you are negotiating, okay? This is not even the first time. I remember the last time there were protests in Iran, the same thing happened. They caught some agents, or I don't know, cells. At that point, it's just a cell, right? And they had a cache of weapons, right? And now apparently, again, Hmm? Evacuation, they don't really care. Right? I don't know. I'm waiting, right, for people's delusion to fall apart, you know, to think that I don't know, common sense in this case solves I don't know anything, right? It's like a drunk man with a shotgun. Somebody I know used to say that. You're like a drunk man in the middle of a bar with a shotgun. Are you gonna try to reason with them? Hmm? How did the last negotiations go? Right? Ask Qatar. Hmm? With their Venezuela type security air defense systems. Hmm? So tankers were targeted. French farmers. Macron does not really care, right? He looked away as the Israelis were killing babies and innocent people and blowing up tents, right? We have seen the images, right? Big explosions and body parts just flying up in the air. You know? You think they're gonna care about the plight of the farmer? You gotta find a way to take things into your own hands. It has gone too far. I don't know if the world is now recognizing it, but it has gone too far. Okay, Rute, whatever, whatever you say. They're looking at strong options. Tariff and war. That's the only way. Of course, this is the first stage. So Lebanon, Jordan, and Egypt. Alleged threats to the United States and American interests. No, they are threats to Israel. And of course, the label terrorists, just like an illegitimate regime in Venezuela. It's the first stage. It's the first stage. Just like the one that we viewed over the previous slides. They call them radical Jews. Yeah, you know those? Right, from orthodox to radical. I don't know what's the next alteration it's gonna be. Right? Of course, the regulators in Europe they temporarily banned Grok AI, right? Yeah, they say Trump is encouraging the now failed attempts to destabilize Iran. And obvious, okay, just like the one in Tanzania was, just like the ones everywhere. They have their little grabby hands all over it, right? Bleeding the world without any, I don't know, remorse or anything like that, you know. Well, we all know how this goes, you know, because it has been said there's nothing new under the sun, right? We all know how this ends. That's the fun part. So does he say, Iranian patriots, keep protesting, take over your institutions, save the names of the killers and abusers. They will pay big price. I have cancelled all meetings with Iranian officials until the senseless killing of protesters stops. Wow. The levels of hypocrisy here are astounding, right? It's so obvious that I don't even want to get into it, right? This is a good thing, right? That's why we're just calling, we're just breathing, right? Because everything, the hypocrisy is like, it's like fireworks in the sky, right? To be seen by everybody, right? Now they're saying influencers have been caught taking. Really? We've been knowing about this. We've been knowing about some people being paid, right, to say good things about the lobby, right? The Minister of War is out here just unleashing stuff, right? What did he unleash? Apparently, Glock is the thing that has been unleashed, right? So you're telling me they could adapt civilian technologies just like that into, I don't know, military use or something like that? Or was it from the beginning an asset? And from where Elon gets his money, I presume that it is your asset. So anyway, as you can see, people need to understand. Like I said many times over the years, right? I don't know, maybe I'm too forward and I view things further down the line than what is happening now. That's why I used to say this. No, it's gonna reach a point, you know. It's not the Greenland thing, no. Right? They are finding loopholes right now, right? From what I'm hearing, there are some compromises that are gonna be made, right? But again, they won't know how to stop. They can't stop. They have chosen their path, and that path looks like white supremacy, just like, I don't know, full-fledged, with a pinch of Nazism, you know, just to get the crowd going. This is gonna fail. Nothing new under the sun. Okay, let's just say that. Okay, let's just say that, right? So, yeah, the nations are being tested, right? And their steadfastness, is that even word? I don't know. This has been allowed so as to build. They are working on one thing, but the results are actually the contrary. Isn't that the case? So, like I said, this world is changing, and it's gonna continue to change, right? And it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, and of course, just to be realistic, it's gonna get worse for some individuals. Why? I don't know. Because they believe that, I don't know, the hue of their skin means anything, you know, or it merits some sort of privilege, right? I don't know. They're just gonna make more and more and more enemies, more and more enemies, and eventually, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of feasting. Let's just say that. So again, let me not go on for long. Like I said, this was just a update, right? To see, to have an overview of how everything is going on, right? And of course, there's a lot of deja vu. That's why I don't, or rather didn't invest a lot to go into detail about everything, because I think we have, we have over and over. But the problem is, maybe I'm too forward, right? Then people have to see it for themselves, right? So as they can, I don't know, come to the same conclusions that I have had. So yeah, it's gonna be an important learning experience. And again, okay, they've been shooting people in the head, but this time it's just a white woman. That's why this whole outcry is like this. Just like the last time it was a Ukrainian white woman, it was a whole thing. But again, is it a new thing? It all depends who or why or on what. It depends on if you are white. Seems to be the case. If it happens to a white person, then it has gone too far. Right now, the community needs to pay attention to this matter. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But again, the world has not changed. Everything that was hidden is just coming to the light. Okay? And there's some dark stuff, brothers and sisters. I will not lie to you, right? The simplest way I could phrase it, right, is look at all the crazy conspiracy theories that you have heard over the years. And I'll tell you, like 90% of them are actually true. I mean, seriously, brothers and sisters, look at the past 5 years. Look at the past 6 years, just to be comfortable. Look at the past 6 years. I think somebody should be making, like, I don't know, a montage of all the supposed conspiracy theories that were circulating over the internet, and now they are being, I don't know, miraculously, I don't know, being the mainstream conversation. Again, why? The world has not changed. They are doing it because they believe they can control the narrative, right? They know that the truth is coming out. There's proliferation of information and knowledge. They can do nothing about it except control the narrative, right? They can hide it from you, right? So they keep it in the public, but they are more focused on controlling your perception of what exactly you're saying, right? And that's what you're saying, and it's working great, you know? Some people are literally supporting the Venezuela thing. Like, are you psychopathic? Like, seriously, are you psychopathic, or there's some rottenness somewhere deep in your soul, right, that warms you up when you hear such information, right? But I don't know. But this is the split that we are saying, right? The truth and the lies, right? and there's no pretend, right? Unless it's I don't know, on your own self, then we're not dealing with that, are we? So anyway, let me not blabber on for long. I'm gonna put a pin on it right there. Prince Easy, love you, signing out. Bye.